This message is for the dads out there that are feeling like you really need to be firm with your kid. Like you need to be really firm. You need to be hard on your kid. That the world is tough. You need to prep them, especially when you're a father to young boys. You're like, oh, I got to be tough on them. Got to be tough. The world's going to be tough. I totally agree with you. I totally agree the world is going to be tough. But we have to just make this dance work in our favor, in the favor of our kids. And this just came to mind to me because I was just listening to this song. It's called Is What It Is by Chance Pena. And there's a line in there where he says, I think it's in the chorus, he just says, what is right now will soon be once was. And this just hit me because I just finished raising, a couple days ago, I was out at a charity golf event raising money for Seattle Children's Hospital. And one of the things that I always try to keep in mind as the world gets crazy, gets busy, as I'm parenting and I'm dealing with issues, whether it's like the kid's not listening, they're just totally disobeying, whatever the situation is, no matter how heightened it gets, no matter how frustrated I get, I always try to remember, like, these are the moments that we are going to miss. If we're fortunate enough to live another 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, these moments right now where the kids running around and being wild and all that stuff, we're gonna miss these moments. And I've talked to so many parents who are empty nesters, and I've read and listened and watched so many people that talk about exactly that, where it's like, you know, you're mad because they're leaving grease streaks on the glass door, on the windows, and their fingerprints and all this stuff, but that's the stuff you're gonna miss when they're gone. And this message, it hits me because I do try, I'm a father to two boys. I try to be rough with them, I try to be firm with them, but I also try to have this dance where I'm very gentle with them as well. I want them to understand I can be, yes, you have mom, of course, and Jeanette does a fantastic job being that kind of gentle, safe space for them, but I also want to be that for them too. And I want them to understand that even if we have a baseline of wherever, if your kind of baseline nature is more on the firm side, it's really important to show them that it's very safe to be on the gentle side. If your baseline is on the gentle side, it's very important, especially as dads, to show that you have the firm side, and that will come out when it's necessary, when they're doing something really wrong and you have to correct behavior in a certain sense. And this just hits me, man, because what is right now will soon be once what was. This line is just beautiful, and I'm like, coming off of raising money for Seattle Children's Hospital, and I just try to keep this thing in mind where no matter how crazy it gets, no matter how rough it gets, no matter how much your kid's not listening, or you're frustrated, or you're just like worn down, you're tired. I'm coming off of a week-long trip where I ended the trip driving through the night on like an hour and a half of sleep, and it was, 10 hours, get home 5 a.m., just exhausted. And it felt rough. Felt like, everybody's kind of getting sick or something like that just because lack of sleep. I don't know about you guys, but that happens for me. If I go and I don't get much sleep, that's my real recovery. I can go super hard as long as I get decent sleep, and obviously I didn't then. So what I try to keep in mind in these times, in the most hectic times, is, and it was a beautiful reminder going out and raising money for Seattle Children's Hospital with the Marriott Business Council up in Redmond, Washington, is that no matter how crazy it gets, man, there's kids in the hospital right now. There are kids in the ICU. There are kids who are battling for their life, that are losing their life, that are in these situations that are so much more extreme than what most of us are probably dealing with. And so while we need to be that firm dad, while we need to make sure we keep them in line and we're those sort of guardrails to life, the bumpers in their bowling lane, and making sure that they're staying in bounds as best we can while we teach these lessons to them throughout life. While we're doing all of that, to the dads out there that find themselves maybe heavy-handing things a little too much, it's very important to correct that. It's very important to also show them that you are the gentle hand, that they're not just flinching whenever they make a wrong move, but you're guiding them gently as well. That's really important. And I think that maybe this is just a reminder I know it's a reminder for me, and hopefully it's a reminder for you that, as bad as it may feel in the moment, as crazy as it may seem while you're in it, just realize there's some family in the hospital somewhere with their kid. That kid that you're frustrated at right now. That kid that really just irked you. They're not listening. They're whatever it is. There's a family that wishes that they were dealing with that right now rather than what they're dealing with at the hospital, with illness, with everything like that. Like, your health is everything. And that would be my message right now. If you are that dad, and I am and have been that dad, especially in different moments where I come down a little too heavy-handed, and it's very important for us to realize, hey, I'm not saying let them get away with all the shit, you know what I mean? That's not what I'm saying here. But it's important to realize that, while we're doing the heavy-handed correcting of their behaviors, we also need to make sure that we are giving them some gentle love and letting them know that we're safe to come to when you have questions, curiosities, or when you're just having a hard time. And that, my friends, is the message for the day.